right, Scholes, president of the Downtown Seattle Association. Oh, look at you. There you are. Wow.
Hey, John.
Hey, I see you in person. This is exciting. All right.
I just see a black box, but I'm sure you look great.
No, this is good. All right. So, it seems like every 3 months you're out there. We're back. We're back, baby. Are you more back than you were just 3 months ago?
The numbers we want to see go up are in a better place than they were 3 months ago, 6 months ago. And the things we want to see go down are down further.
What I like about
the
you,
progress is real, and we need more of it, no doubt.
Yeah, you're a straight shooter. You know, they always say there's lies, damn lies in the statistics. So you can look at the numbers and stuff. The heyday, 2018, 40 million visitors, and then you just got crushed in 2020, and the money that's coming in. So you gotta get back again. I was reading a really interesting history of New York City. And that thing was a crap hole, right? And then they just turned the whole thing around, and it became the safest city in the United States. Tourism came roaring back. Everybody felt safe about it. I thought, boy, if New York City can do that, certainly Seattle can do this as well. Let's do the good stuff first, and then we'll do the bad stuff, John. So where are we on the good stuff? What progress are you seeing for the city of Seattle?
One, more people living downtown than ever, than before the pandemic. And
Really?
We've got more residential units under construction than any downtown west of Chicago. So the desire for many, not everybody, but for a lot of people to live in an urban environment and have great walkability and access to restaurants and sports and entertainment is still strong.
Okay.
And stronger than ever. The visitor industry in our city is back to just about 2019 levels, particularly in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Our hotel occupancy, our cruise business is at a record level. We'll have more conventions this year than we did in 2019. We've got a brand new facility that's terrific and a big attractor to folks who want to meet in Seattle. So visitor industry is strong. Return to work and return to the office is not where we'd like it to be, but we had the best 3 weeks since February of 2020, just a few weeks ago. Amazon's return to 5 days a week in January is felt in downtown, and we're seeing other companies make similar moves or be a little bit more restrictive in enforcing their current requirements of 3 days. So workers, residents, and visitors all going in the right direction.
Yeah. Just give some people some perspective. So this is total overnight Seattle-King County visitors. I'm going to give you the big number. 2019 was 41.9 million in 2019. It dropped in 2021 to 13 million. Man, that is huge. 2023, it crawled back up to about 18 million, but in 2025 they have it at 37.8 million visitors. So good, we're making our way up. Let's talk about, this is sort of a weird thing that people do, that Schadenfreude, right? The German word of taking joy in others' pain. There are a lot of people that read the Seattle Times or hear you on the radio, and they're like, good, I want to see that city just go away, right? Do you run into that?
There's a lot more people that are rooting for its success, and that's not just based on the conversations I'm having and people being nice to me. That's based on research that we've just done out in the field with EMC Research, a survey of 500 registered Seattle voters. 85% believe that for the city to be healthy, the downtown's got to be healthy.
Yes.
They get that this economic engine that is just 3 square miles matters to what happens in their neighborhood if they've got good parks, and we've got tax revenue to fund schools and other services. So they get it, and they want to be part of a downtown that has great amenities and things for them to do. They want to see our storefronts full again. They want a great waterfront park. They want it to be safe. They want to be able to take their relatives from out of town down here and show off their city. So yeah, there's always grumblers and folks that perhaps are rooting against us, but there's plenty more that want to see this city shine.
Everybody benefits when people come here. So local tourism, 78,000 jobs are tied into it. So it's 1 in 18 jobs. It produces $3.8 billion. That's just money moving through. So a city and the surrounding areas need a vibrant place. Still, vacancy rates are way down in the core of Seattle. Commercial vacancy, there's a lot of empty storefronts. And that's primarily for a couple of reasons. But one of them has to do with crime. How do you feel things are starting to improve when it comes to policing and crime in Seattle? Give me the straight poop on this, John.
We're in a much better spot. It's not perfect. I'm not declaring victory. I don't think our city leaders are either, but it's much better by the numbers, by our observations, and by what we're hearing from small business owners that are operating today and people who live downtown and work downtown, particularly in the area downtown that's been so challenged for so long, that
Right.
3rd and Pike, 2nd and Pike intersection, which 6-8 months ago, you couldn't walk down that sidewalk. It was full of folks smoking fentanyl, selling fentanyl, and doing other things that they shouldn't be doing. Today, it's a different environment and a better environment. It's still challenging. We still have people in need. We still have folks dealing with behavioral health issues. I saw someone doing a somersault on the sidewalk before I walked into my office. So there's still people struggling out there, but we're seeing a decrease in violent crime. We're seeing a decrease in drug activity. And we have to stay laser focused on these issues. People won't come to a place they don't feel is safe and healthy. They'll make other choices. Thankfully, we're moving in the right direction. I think this mayor's committed to it. I know our new police chief is, our city attorney. Gone are the days where we're listening to the loudest voice in the room and then making public policy based on that and slogans and hashtags. I think we're making much more sensible policy, and we're finally seeing a significant increase in the applications to be a police officer in our city. Higher rate of applications on a monthly basis since 2013. So that's good news.
Yeah, we're talking with Jon Scholes. He's the president of the Downtown Seattle Association. Reality is perception is reality. Reality is perception. If you perceive that Seattle is an unsafe place to go, then you're going to be acting on those perceptions and you won't go. So I took your average violent crime 2018 to 2020. The average violent crime was 4,673 in those 3 years. And then from 2021 to 2023 and 2024, the average was 5,409. It's a 20% increase or 15% increase in violent crime. So still that number haunts you because people hear stories, friends tell them stories, and if people don't feel safe, they're not going to go. You really have to somehow get that number to change. You've got to change that perception. So I assume it's just going to be a bunch of marketing and advertising. How do you attack that perception?
Well, I think it's more about what we do than what we say. People have to have an experience that's safe, and we can't talk them out of that or tell them it is if they don't feel that way or if the numbers are going in the wrong direction. That average that you just referenced is certainly driven up by the chaos of 2021. I mean, that was the low point for downtown Seattle. 150 tents on our streets, windows being broken, violent crime peaked in 2021. Things are better than where we were in 2021. Fewer tents on the street, maybe a handful today. Mm-hmm. Violent crime is down since 2021, and so is drug use and overdoses. But yeah, that average from 2021 to 24 was driven up by the chaos that reigned in the early days of the pandemic, and as we made our way out of it. And thankfully, we've got some different leaders in charge. The jail is back open. We're prosecuting folks, and we're intervening in cases where people are suffering on the street. And as I said yesterday at our event, we were kind of paralyzed there in this city for a number of years where we weren't able to distinguish between those that were hurting on our streets and needed help and needed services from those who were out there hurting others and needed to be held accountable. And so we made a decision to do nothing. And that's resulted in a bunch of tents and chaos and crime. And now we're intervening, and I think we're in a better position to distinguish between those two groups and apply the appropriate response and intervention.
Yeah, I hope the best for Seattle. I really do. We're still trying to get to the bottom, all of our investigators here. John, you were not the one that told the mayor to pull the basketball out and make the joke about the Sonics. He's still pointing at people like, Scholes, that was not your idea to pull the basketball out and make an announcement about the Sonics coming back. Was that? Have we figured out who that was? Were you there for that very historic moment?
I was doing another speaking engagement, so I missed it, and I never counseled the mayor on his speeches. And if I did, I don't know that he'd listen to me. But he's right about one thing, though. Our Sonics will be back. The timing's the question mark. But this town is ready. Our arena's ready. Seattle Center's ready. We got locker rooms that are ready. So he should keep that basketball close by. That team's going to be back.
Okay. Wow. Powerful take there. Good. Yes. All right. Scholes, I'll let you get back to more important things. Thanks a lot. Stay positive. And we'll have you on as many times as we need as Seattle comes back to big numbers again. Everybody gets a chance to enjoy the Emerald City. Thank you, mister.
I always appreciate the opportunity. Take care, John.
See you. Bye. There he goes, out the door.